All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us back out here at the Range Report. This is probably the most historic interview that we are going to do during our entire time at SHOT Show. If you are a Second Amendment proponent, you carry a firearm, you have one in your closet, under your bed, glove box, wherever it is, one of the reasons that you have that right to do so is because the man standing next to us led the fight, Mr. Dick Heller. Dick, thank you so much for being
here. Dude, Liberty first, dude. You're too kind.
Oh, man.
How could I not do everything that you just said?
Well, like I said, he's very humble. He is actually, we've been talking to him for about the last hour downstairs, and we coaxed him up here with a free cup of coffee to come up here and talk to you guys about not only the Heller decision and your place in illustrious Second Amendment history, but more importantly, how the hell do you like SHOT Show?
Well, you know, I really have to talk to him because then my good tooth shows. You don't want my bad tooth, do you?
And so far, with SHOT Show, what has impressed you so far?
That it scrambles my mind. I can't comprehend how much industry there is in America for the Second Amendment. It's spectacular.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can't fathom it. You know, it scrambles my brain.
Now, is this? With all of the stuff here, are there any of the handguns, rifles, or anything that you were like enthusiastic about seeing, something that you wanted to get your hands on?
Oh yeah, but if I tell you, then it would be a springboard for the City Council of D.C. to know what I'm coming after them with next.
Right. Right. Now, for those of you who don't know...
That way I don't have to kill you.
Right. Now, if you don't know, while you're watching this, open up another window on your computer and look up Heller versus D.C. and look at that decision. This is the man who is behind that. And
what I'd like to promote now, with Liberty being so magnanimous, was giving me this interview, is if you look up Richmond, Virginia gun lobby, the first thing that popped up when I Googled it was the 3-minute Heller speech in Richmond. And there's two phrases in there that I'm really, really proud of. Number one is say, yes, I'm Dick Heller, the recipient of that magnanimous, magnificent Scalia decision. And Court Case Heller 2 and Court Case Heller 3, and we're working on 4, 5, and 6 right now as we speak.
Sweet.
And my other, I think, was a great soundbite was, this is not Lexington or Concord Green. With all these people, no shots will be fired today. But if you look at the size of this crowd, it turned out to be 22,000 people, and the 5 helicopters overhead. Normally we have 200 people here on MLK Day. Today, with 22,000, this day is going to be remembered as Richmond Green Patriots Day.
Nice.
I'm proud of that soundbite.
Yeah.
Well, now the whole idea about that soundbite is being able to have it broadcast across the mainstream media, which they know that is probably not going to happen. So that's where organizations like us come in, because we try to get your message out to the people that it should be impacting. Because everybody who's sitting at home at one way or another should be an activist. They should strive to be 1/100th of what you have done. If you get that level of activism in the Second Amendment community, there would be nothing that was stopping us from getting all of our rights back.
Reality is that voting fulfills your civic obligation, but it's insufficient to overpower the communists, who are well-greased and organized.
Well, they are, and that's what we have to do. And we have to get out there in our communities, just like you've done, and start pulling people together. Okay, we start pulling people together, we can win this fight.
They have to be activists. They have to be promoters. Look, they call me the rock star. I get out and knock on doors. I hand out leaflets for a certain part of D.C., one whole big street, when it's voting time. And I'm just the dude, like everybody else.
He's just the one dude, but the man is one dude that's helped, restore the rights or preserve the rights of 330 million dudes.
Right.
So that's a tremendous accomplishment for any one person.
But it's because he took action.
Well, keep in mind, with the battery of lawyers that I work with, I'm the dim bulb and the chandelier. Okay, so I have to do other things. I have to leaflet like a regular guy. And I had another thought, but it has escaped me because of my age. It'll come back to me in about 5 minutes.
Well, one thing that we hope that hasn't escaped you is the Heller Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing with that?
Well, interestingly, everybody in D.C., even that lives there, has no memory of all of the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., high schools at one time all had a ROTC firing range in their basements, if they were a high school. And they're now called storage rooms. Yep. So the Heller Foundation takes great delight in raising enough funds to revisit that situation, turn it around, and convert it to, probably we'll have to start off with air guns, which are just as deadly as a .22 rifle, but nobody knows that. That's against us, right? So that's what I can look forward to as I've gathered, as I've partnered now with Gun Owners of America, life member, NRA life member, support all of them, support these guys, support Heller Foundation, help reach the next generation. I have no kids, and I do this, don't make me cry now, I do this for all the kids that are not mine.
Well, somebody asked me, well, because I talk a lot about protecting the kids, and like, well, you don't have any kids to worry about. I said, I'm worried about yours. I'm worried about mine.
Yeah.
But like I said, folks,
Am I actually on? I'm not in front of the camera.
Oh, no, that's a wide-angle lens.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with his body and my body, it's got to be as wide as possible.
Okay.
So we got it covered. But folks, listen, do your research. Look up Dick Heller. Look up the Heller Foundation. Help support this man out. This man has done an immeasurable service for the Second Amendment community. We all owe him a tremendous debt of gratitude, and that cannot be repaid. But
for the children.
For the children.
Right.
But the one thing that we can do to repay his debt that we owe, get off your ass, get active, and do something to fight for your rights. This man has started the fight. It's up for us to win it.
This is what I used to call Second Amendment gang sign, but that's too aggressive. So I call it now the constitutional gang sign. Okay?
There we go.
It goes over much better with Pelosi, I hope.
There we go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. Be safe. Shoot straight.
Airborne, sir. Thank you, veterans. Airborne.
Thank you.
All the way.
Thank you.
Thank you,
dude.